Hey, everybody, we're live. Are we live? We're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here as we celebrate the kickoff of our inaugural PeacePlayers Friendship Games. While a virtual launch isn't initially what we had in mind, we've been working really hard to adapt to the current reality. What's really exciting about all of this is that after 20 years of bridging divides, changing perceptions, and developing leaders around the world, for the very first time, we'll be bringing together youth leaders from all 5 of our sites, this time virtually. But nevertheless, for a really robust program of basketball competition, cultural exchange, and leadership training. And these activities will happen virtually over the next 6 weeks. These games mark a new stage in our growth as we leverage what will become an annual flagship event, and as we build a movement of young leaders from around the world who are inspired, committed, and equipped with the skills and the resources to make positive social change in their communities. We'll be gathering virtually this summer, and then hopefully we'll see all of you at the games here in Israel in 2021. So before I hand it over to some of my colleagues to announce the pairings and also to have some really cool discussions, I want to thank all of you who've taken time out of your busy days, especially during these really challenging times, to join us here. And I just want to remind us all that this is much more than an event. Whether in person or virtual, these games are going to create an opportunity for deeper connection and help build our movement of youth leaders who are using basketball to create a more peaceful and equitable world. I would love to thank the staff, the coaches, the youth leaders, and the participants who've all been working super hard to make this happen. And this has been probably about a year in the making. And of course, I would be remiss not to thank Ed and Penelope Peskowitz, who've generously made these games possible as our co-founder. And now, without further ado, I would love to hand it over to my friend and colleague all the way in Detroit, Michigan, the hostess with the mostest, Jasmine Cooper.
Thanks, Karen. What's going on, everybody? Hello, South Africa. Hello, Cyprus. Hello, Middle East, Northern Ireland. What's going on? What's up, United States? Hello, world, and welcome to the first ever live PeacePlayers Friendship Games launch event. I would like to welcome all the coaches, all the players, the parents, sponsors, and first-time visitors. As Karen said, my name is Jasmine Cooper, but I'd much rather be called the hostess with the mostest. Today, I'm coming to you all live from one of the greatest cities in the United States, Detroit, Michigan. All right, Detroit is a city known for its cars, its chili dogs, and Motown music. In Detroit, I currently serve as the program manager for PeacePlayers Detroit, which is one of the 5 cities and one of the 5 countries that PeacePlayers does annual programming. I've been with the organization for almost 2 years now, and it's no coincidence that the last 2 years of my life has been the best 2 years of my life. So thank you, PeacePlayers. Today, we're going to get a chance to see exactly why my life and the life of thousands of others has been so positively impacted by being involved with such a great organization. Joining me shortly, we'll have representatives from each of the 5 countries that we do annual programming in, and they're going to tell their stories about how this organization has impacted them as well. But before we get to those wonderful people, I want to talk a little bit about why we're here today. All right? Okay, cool. So today we're here for the Friendship Games. All right. The Friendship Games is a program that PeacePlayers created to connect young people from all across the world. Right. We want to start a global movement here with PeacePlayers. So the Friendship Games is something that we created for leadership development, for basketball fun, and most importantly for cultural exchange. Although this is our very first annual Friendship Games, this experience has been in the making since PeacePlayers was founded in 2001. The organization was built and has continuously developed over the last 20 years on bridging divides, making communal connections through sports. And we're all based on the premise that if young people can play together, we can live together. Some of the divides that we've helped bridge include bringing together Catholics and Protestants in Northern Ireland, Greek and Turkish Cypriots in Cyprus, Israeli and Palestinian youth in the Middle East, and in the US and South Africa, we've helped bridge some of the racial and economic divides and disparities that they face. So the Friendship Games represents that. We're continuously breaking down barriers, but it's just on one of the greatest and biggest scales ever. We're bringing hundreds of young people together from South Africa, from the United States, from Cyprus, from the Middle East and Northern Ireland, all to connect for 6 weeks this summer and essentially build a global youth peace movement through sport, right? A global youth peace movement through sport. That's the goal of Friendship Games, all right? This super exciting experience would not be possible without some of our sponsors and without our co-founders, the Peskowitz family. So we want to thank Ed and Penelope Peskowitz for their sponsorship and their support and just believing in our mission and our vision, all right? So as I mentioned earlier, today we have the pleasure of having some great people from those 5 countries that we're doing programming in, and now we're going to get a chance to meet them, all right? So first up, we're going to throw it off to South Africa.
Hello, everybody. My name is Noluthando Msweli. I'm from PeacePlayers South Africa, and I'm an area manager. I'm 26 years old, and what I'm most excited about for these virtual games is meeting and interacting with new people. A fun fact about me, I shoot like Curry, and I've got I shoot like Curry, and I have handles like Kyrie. Yes. Now passing it to AJ.
Hey, I'm AJ. I'm 20 from Northern Ireland. I have been in PeacePlayers for 11 years. 2 years ago, I was a participant. Now I am a sessional coach, so I go back into the programs that I started in. I'm most excited for the Friendship Games is to watch relationships grow. I love having our kids have relationships from people all over PeacePlayers. And a fun fact for me about basketball is I have played wheelchair basketball with Team GB members. And I'm going to pass it to Middle East.
Woo! Hi, everyone. My name is Jinan. I'm 18 years old, and I started with PeacePlayers 11 years ago. I'm from the Middle East, by the way. And the fun fact about me is that when we were in the States in a trip with PeacePlayers, I actually got to play in and Cyprus.
Hello, everyone. I'm Steph. I'm from PeacePlayers Cyprus. I'm 30 years old, and I've been with PeacePlayers for almost 10 years now. I'm the internal operation manager here in Cyprus. And fun fact about me, I think I might be the tallest female staff of PeacePlayers that we have worldwide. And I'm passing it over to Victor in the US.
Hello, everyone. This is Victor from PeacePlayers Detroit. I'm the director of PeacePlayers Detroit. 31 years old. I've been with PeacePlayers for 3 years now. One of the things that I'm most excited about for these friendship games is really just seeing young people be able to connect all over the world, build long-lasting relationships, and really grow as young leaders. And a fun fact about myself, although I'm holding this basketball, my basketball skills peaked when I was just 10 years old. And with that, I'll throw it back to the hostess with the mostest.
You forgot to throw it back, Vic. Oh, I forgot. Your skills peaked at 10. Sorry. So real quick, one of the best parts about PeacePlayers is that we get to connect with people all over. So what's so unique about this group of people that we have here is that we're all in our 5 different countries, but there's been some type of interaction or connection between all of us before. So can we all just speak on that really quickly?
Yeah, I'll start. I've made a connection with Steph on the panel, and we haven't met in person, but we've met virtually, but we've created a friendship that's A-okay, and I'm hoping that we can build on that and I can meet more people on the panel, and yeah, we can grow together.
I'll go next. I have met Steph and Jinan before. I met them in 2016 in a Cyprus exchange. It was one of those moments, it was like, wow, there's a group of people that are doing the same thing as us in NI with similar experiences. And it's just one of those relationships that we've got now that I haven't seen them in 2 years. But when we came on that call the other day, it was like, oh, wow, hey. And it was like nothing ever changed. And I'd seen her last week in the shop. It was just one of those nice little relationships that I have with them guys.
I think I got to meet everyone in the chat here in person, which is amazing. And like how I see it is that PeacePlayers actually was my platform and our platform to meet people from all over the world. And most importantly, you know, learning to see AJ as just AJ, like, and respecting everything she stands for, whoever she is. And even though I might not always agree, and this is like, I think a trait that I wouldn't like have gotten without PeacePlayers. So yeah. I'll pass it to Soph. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I met everyone as well. Tando, yes, I met you virtually, but everybody else I've met them in person. And like AJ said, I met Jinan and AJ, I think in Cyprus, and they were babies when they actually came here. You guys were tiny compared to me. But now we've seen you like grow throughout the program and become the people that you are and develop through the program and become the young leaders and young coaches and being role models for the younger kids. So it's nice to see kind of you develop through the organization and becoming the best selves of you, basically. So yeah, I love that part of PeacePlayers.
I met Steph and Jinan back in Cyprus in 2017. It's funny because I felt like I knew Jinan forever already because she was famous from the PeacePlayers YouTube video when she was super young. So getting a chance to meet her in person was really cool. And she really embodies everything that PeacePlayers is all about. And having the opportunity to meet Steph and her be our host while out in Cyprus, it really inspired me, you know, whenever I would become on that level to be able to have people come and visit our PeacePlayer site here in Detroit, to host them with the care and the love and the enthusiasm that Steph did when she hosted us back in 2017. So that was my first encounter meeting both Jinan and Steph.
Nice. That's awesome. For all of us that are out there that are just now joining us, we're speaking with everybody on a panel. We have a representative from each of our 5 countries, and we're just getting to learn them a little bit. So as we kind of move forward, I want to ask each of you all a question. So we'll start with you, Thando. You've done a lot of speaking on advocacy for female empowerment and just the power of sport in general. Can you briefly speak to why it's so important to you and how PeacePlayers has helped you realize the importance of it?
As you all know, we live in a country where it's male dominated in all aspects, culturally, professionally, even in sports. So for me, it's a big thing because I've always loved sports and I've always wanted to play sport, but I've always been undermined because I'm a female. So for me, I made sure that I did my best and I outshone all the guys. I was the first female to be in my school soccer team, and I was the only female. And I scored the most goals in that season. So I showed off and showed them that it's possible. Despite the gender, we're all equal and we can all do it. Despite the strength that they think they have, we also have strength in many ways. So for me, females in sport is very important. And also for us, as young people to grow and know that we all have equal opportunities and we all have that talent and that drive and that platform to follow whatever we need to follow despite what society says. So for me, that's a big thing for me. And I want us to also instill that in our kids because for me, specifically in South Africa, we have stereotypes and cultural things that hinder us from moving forward and becoming a free and fair country. But if we do the necessary things to instill that knowledge and that discipline and that wisdom in our kids, I think we'll grow up to have a better society and just better people. So for me, it's it's a big thing. So
Nice.
yeah.
I'll have to look up in the research books to see if those soccer stats are accurate. You can't be over here saying false facts.
Go to my school. I'm on the board.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Janai, I have a question for you. So you've been in a program for over 10 years. Like Victor said, he feels like he raised you, right? And your sister is also in it. So can you speak to how Peace Players has impacted your family?
PeacePlayers had on my family is the question.
How has Peace Players impacted your family?
Yeah, okay. So that's like PeacePlayers had a really huge impact on my family, as my father actually comes from the West Bank, which is like let's say they never actually get to meet the other side, let's say, like in positive ways. It's only bad. It's only yes. My mom also, she was born in that side. So yes, at the start, not everyone was really supportive of me being part of this basketball team, because it was basketball and because it was, you know, a mixed team. It's not something that it wasn't okay at the start. Even though they saw like how me as a kid, I really just wanted to play ball, and it was an opportunity as a girl to play ball in sports, or it was like this before more. And as time passed, they saw how much PeacePlayers actually started affecting me in so many ways that like the subject of being in a mixed team was a secondary thing. They saw how much me as a person, I actually improved in so many good traits, and how basketball became something really special to me. And thus my sister, my brother, and everyone, like a lot of my family members is PeacePlayers. Like fourth of PeacePlayers is, is my family. So yes, yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. And AJ, you've been able to establish some pretty great friendships while participating with Peace Players. Can you speak a little bit to that and why that has affected your life in such a positive way?
So there's like a big friendship I have here in NI. So in like Northern Ireland, there was two schools in this one area, and there was a really big high conflict between them, and like it just really wasn't nice. Kind of a nice history between the two schools, and one's called Holy Cross Girls, and it's a Catholic school, and one's called Wheatfield Primary School, and that's a Protestant school. They were literally like, do you know when you're in a street and there's two houses either side of the street, like the house facing you, that's where the schools were. Like that was where the religious divide was. And my best friend was in the twinning when I started, and me and her went through Peace Players, through the twinning, through Bill, and now we're coaches together. So that for me has changed my life in a way I don't think I could ever repay Peace Players for, because it shaped me as a person. It shaped, actually I know for a fact it shaped her, because we talk about it all the time. And as Janan said, like through Peace Players, I have family in Cyprus now. I know for a fact that I could ring up like Steph, I could ring up like Adriana. I seen Adriana's watching now on the live, like she's my hunch bro. I could ring her up and be like, girl, I need help, and she'd be like, on the next flight, AJ, I'm coming to Belfast. Like just, you know, same with Janan. Like I seen Janan and it was, oh, I miss you, I love you. Like they're my family, like they're my home away from home. I know when I'm with Peace Players, I'm gonna feel safe, I'm gonna feel at home. Like you don't feel homesick on these exchanges, because essentially you are home, because it's just something that feels so close to you, and you just feel amazing, and it just shapes you into a person that you could walk into a room with 500 people and you want to get to know everyone individually. You don't have any like prejudices, mindsets. You're just open-minded and you're ready to go. So for me, my friendships and Peace Players, it's made me who I am. I'd honestly be lost without what Peace Players has done for me that wise.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And you can't repay the organization, just a donation. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll get my checkbook out once this call's over. We can discuss the price. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Cash App. No. So Vic and Steph, as you all should know, one of our core values is inside outside transformation. Can you both speak to how being a coach and Peace Players has helped you all grow as people while being mentored to the youth at the same time? You want to let Vic go? You can go first, Victor.
Yeah, just with the inside out transformation piece, that was one of the most unique things that I learned about when I came here to PeacePlayers. And seeing some of these young people that we work with on a daily, oftentimes they have trauma in the past. They've lost loved ones. They are going through some things at school, maybe having issues at home. And you always got to keep that in the front of your mind when you're coming into a gym and you're working with young people from all different types of backgrounds. So I just try to keep that in the forefront of my focus when coaching, when mentoring young people, always being available and a phone call away when a young person needs to talk. And just keep that inside out transformation mindset when I'm dealing with not only my young people, but when I interact in my relationships in everyday life.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, here in Cyprus, it's tougher as well. We actually have a barrier in between the two communities that we work with. So we're actually divided physically. So it's tough, even now with the coronavirus and everything, it's tough actually bringing this youth together and actually trying to develop them even more. Thank God for internet because everything is happening virtually. But it's nice to see them grow through the program because as staff as well, we have grown through the program. We see the kids develop and improve and wanting to come back and wanting to become the better versions of themselves and kind of investing even more in the organization. So it's nice to see, even though there's like an actual barrier, these kids are actually coming together and bridging the divides through us. Even without our program, they're still meeting outside of the program. They're going to the beach, they're going for coffees. So it's nice to actually see them do it in action and actually do it every day in their own life. So this is like, I think this is like one of the achievements that we actually have here.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for answering those questions. It's given our audience an opportunity to really get a deep understanding of why this organization is so awesome and so unique. So thank you all. So everybody, what was so special about everybody's answer is that it's obvious to see that you all love this organization. But I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to see how much you know about the organization. All right. So we're going to do a quick little trivia game. And what's so unique about but the five of you is that two of you all, Victor and Steph, you're actually coaches and you didn't have the opportunity to kind of go through the program. So we'll call you the seasoned coaches. AJ and Thando and Janan, they actually had an opportunity to go through PeacePlayers as participants and now kind of serve as coaches. So we're going to team you all up as the new school. All right. So we got seasoned vets and we got new school. Oh, you said bring it on, Victor? I don't know because we have a soccer world record, players. And so I don't know. All right. So how this trivia is going to work is there's going to be 3 rounds. And in each round, I'm going to shout out a question. So whoever raises their hands first will be able to respond to the question first. Yep. Get your stretching in, seasoned vets. And essentially whoever I call on, they'll get a chance to answer the question. And if they get it right, their team will get the point. If they get it wrong, the other team will get a chance to answer and they'll be able to get double points. And whoever has the most points at the end, they'll be the winners of the trivia. Does that make sense? You ready? Everybody out there, you guys ready? All right. So the first question. Name all of the 5 PeacePlayers countries in order of their inception. Oh, go ahead.
Is it me?
Yes, you know it. Soccer.
Okay. It's South Africa, Northern Ireland, Middle East, Cyprus, and USA.
That is correct. 1 point for the new school. 1 point for new school. All right, you guys, you got to move quick. So the second question. Name at least 3 of the conflicts in the 3 countries PeacePlayers serves. Well, Victor, you were last for sure. Uh, so thank you. I think it's between Stephanie and AJ, and I would ask for the honor system to see, but I want to say it was Stephanie. So let's see. Go ahead, Steph. Let's see if you can get this right.
I'll say give it to AJ, and then the third question, it's worth 3 points if she gets this right. So if we get, and we go first for the third question.
Just like a coach, making changes to the program. That's fine. Go ahead, AJ.
Go, AJ.
So Palestinian and Israelis, Protestants and Catholics, and Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots.
All right, cool, nice. So that's 2-0. 2-0. This is becoming a slaughter a little bit. So last question. This is worth more points, right, Stephanie? So you changed the rule. Oh, 3 points. 3 points? Okay. So the question is, what year was PeacePlayers founded, and what is the mission of the organization? Hey, Steph.
It wasn't Steph.
I know it wasn't Steph. We know who it was. Go ahead. She knows who she is. Soccer star. Now remember, if you don't get it right, the other team can answer and they get double the points. So that'll be 6 points.
No problem. So it was founded in South Africa in 2001. And the mission is to unite, educate, and inspire youth from divided communities through sport.
Correct. So with the final score of 100-0, the new school beats out the old school.
No.
Steph, you gave up the opportunity to shine.
I gave it. This is PeacePlayers. We're giving opportunities to younger generations.
Nice. That was awesome. Thank you all for participating. So if anybody that's just joining us out there, we just wrapped up a great discussion with participants and PeacePlayers from all over the globe. We just finished a pretty one-sided trivia game. And now we're going to kind of transition into our next piece, which I'm very excited about. I don't want to give too much away, but I want everybody to kind of turn their attentions to the video we're about to play. And this video is going to kind of help us get to know a little bit more about what to expect over the next 6 weeks. And as we kind of mentioned a little earlier, the young people that are participating in this virtual games, they're going to be paired off with different countries during the duration of the 6 weeks. So pay attention to the video because there may be some information on who you're going to be paired with. So everybody, let's get a drum roll going. Come on. Video.
one.
Awesome. What a great video. So what you all got to also see is that our Peace Player staff are pretty awesome actresses and actors. Those were no pay actresses and actors. That's just how awesome it is to be a Peace Player. All right, we can do everything. So I know it kind of maybe went by a little bit fast, but just for week one, just to recap, our pairings, we got a Cyprus and US 1. So the US is broken up into 2 groups, just an FYI. So for week 1, we got Cyprus and US 1. Week 1, we got the Middle East and the US 2 going to be paired off. And then also in week 1, we got South Africa and Northern Ireland. So that's going to be some pretty great stuff going on. So let me ask each of you all though, just kind of what was your reaction to like the video? Like, what did you think of the video? Did you think everybody can act well? Like, what did you think?
I was just happy my name was on the list.
You were happy your name was on the list. Wow.
No,
Okay.
but I thought the video was amazing. The production was good. The humor and the creativity was amazing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Victor, you look like you just waiting to tell us. Come on, just tell us. What's up, Victor?
I thought the video was hilarious, especially some of the acting, but I thought it was also inspiring. Although we are going through COVID-19 and things aren't, the way we want them to be, where we can meet in person, we've adjusted, we've shifted, and I think this will be a great opportunity to really connect virtually. So I thought it was inspiring as well.
Nice. Anybody else? Any input? Same as everybody else?
I want to piggyback on what Victor said. This is like a good opportunity to kind of show everybody that we're a big family, even though we're like all over the world. It's nice to see that everybody's coming together, and even if it's not in person, then we're doing everything virtually. So we're still staying connected, even though we have everything that's going on. And I'm glad to be part of a huge family like this and kind of give this opportunity to our kids and meet other people, especially the younger ones who haven't met and been part of this before. This is a good opportunity for them to kind of get to know Peace Players and get to know what we actually do.
Nice.
I think like I've never seen the site actually where South Africa, Northern Ireland, and everything, and we were there. But actually having everyone here virtually is, I think, even more like unites us even more than before. So this is amazing. I've never felt it before now. And yeah.
Nice. So what is everybody most excited about for their week 1 pairings? So again, we have Cyprus, you're going to be with US 1. The Middle East is going to be with US 2, and South Africa, you're going to be with Northern Ireland. So what's everybody's most excited about for week 1?
I'll go, I guess. Meet new people, meet new kids, show everybody the power of Peace Players. And I mean, it's meeting everyone. And I think that's the best part of it, and getting to know one another. As staff, we might know some of the coaches and some of everybody, I guess, worldwide, but the kids don't know that we're here. I mean, they know Cyprus, but they don't know the US. So it's nice to put a face on those sites and kind of meet new people. So I think that's the exciting part of it.
Yeah, no, that's if I had to answer it, it would have been exactly what you said. Plus, I'm excited to win all of the competitions. So
also, the only thing that the virtual thing is not offering us is the food. I love tasting food.
Hey, Steph, hold on. Tell me something. What is the best food you've experienced from any of the sites that you've been to?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say soul food. I'm still craving for those yams.
Where'd you get that soul food from? Where'd you get it from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Where did you get it from?
Detroit, Michigan. Oh my God, I'm still craving of that. I don't even know why, but I loved it.
Nice. Anybody else excited about anything from week 1? AJ, what are you excited about?
I'm pretty sure NASA's involved in South Africa, and she was a fellow in NI. And I'm just to see our kids come back so excited and be like, I saw NAS. Because I remember when we did the Cyprus trip and like NAS appeared, we all just lost it because we hadn't seen her. So it's just kind of, I like the guys, like either reconnect them with some people, or I just like hearing the stories. Like, this is what we got up to, because our kids in Northern Ireland, they could talk. Same with me. We all know how to talk. We could talk your arm off. But I just love hearing all their wee stories and stuff. So
nice. Shout out to Nas. Yeah, Nas is my girl too. She has summoned me to South Africa. And it's been pretty crazy that I'm thinking she still wants me to come even through this pandemic. I don't know, but I can't come, Nas. So sorry. All right. So last, I want to ask you all to just kind of go around and just give a message, a brief message to all the people that are watching here today, and just kind of speak to like what's one of the most powerful things about PeacePlayers, or the power of what you all think will happen over the next 6 weeks as we get started. So we'll start with Janan. You can start off. Leave us off on a good message.
I hate to start. Oh my God. As I said, like, I'm really, really excited to see everyone unite. As it seems, like, I'm really excited to see everyone together. You know, Victor, Northern Ireland, everything together. Like, I didn't have the chance before to see this, and I know already that like the young kids will be even more excited, as you know, they're sitting home. They want anything related to PeacePlayers, and you know, just doing this, even if with this hard times and not being able to be, you know, live with each other. Amazing.
Nice. Steph, what about you? What do you want to, what message do you want to leave us with today?
Get online, meet everybody. It's nice to see everybody, and I'll keep saying this, we're a family and we're here for each other. And even through these hard times, if you guys are having a hard time, we're here for everything. So stay connected and come online and visit everybody, not visit, but meet everybody, and get to know one another. So you kind of have some sort of relationship with other participants of PeacePlayers throughout the world. So this is what unites us and brings us together.
Let's hear what Mrs. South Africa has.
Before I leave my powerful words, I just want to speak about the 6 weeks that are coming. For me, being part of the virtual trainings within South Africa, I've seen immense growth in our kids. Even if it's virtual, like I've seen a lot of growth in them, how they assist each other, how they stepped up to like lead, and that discipline and that consistency. And for me, that's been amazing to watch and see. And hopefully now that we get to be all together, that's also gonna trickle down to everyone. And we can all just become one virtually. So I'm really excited about that. So for me, I just want to say, be you, be free, live your life, respect others.
Thank you. AJ, let's go.
I would say take every opportunity as given to you. Jump in with 2 feet, hold nothing back, go in, be yourself. Everyone will love you for yourself, but you're gonna meet people with differences. And I'm a big nerd. I watched an episode of Star Wars Clone Wars the other day, and each episode starts with a quote. And this one has stuck with me. And to me, it envisions everything that PeacePlayers is. And it's embrace everyone for their differences, for that's what makes you whole. So when you're on these sessions, you go in, you meet the people that are different from you, but you embrace it, because then you've taken a part of their culture away with you. And now you're a better, more developed wholer version of yourself because you've taken a part of South Africa away from you, part of Cyprus, part of Middle East, part of the States, and you just are now a full version, fully cultured version of yourself.
Man, the Peace Players new schoolers are so profound. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that they were in Peace Players.
Yeah. I'll say yes.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Victor, last but not least.
Yeah, simply put, just have a lot of fun. We've been social distancing for a while now, and we've been looking forward to this forever. So this upcoming week, we got a chance to really enjoy each other's presence, compete in a fun way. I know I've had a ton of fun being on this call today, and I know it's going to be a blast these next 6 weeks. So just have fun.
Nice. And so one thing that I did want to announce to all the participants, we actually have our first virtual games challenge, and it's kind of like a prereq. It's something that we all want to kind of do now. So week one it starts June 1st. And so the challenge for each site is to provide a short video. And in this video, we want to introduce all of the participants attending the global games. So we wanted the video to portray three things. One, how to say everyone's name, all right? How to enunciate everyone's name. We want to make sure we get that out. Two, what kind of impact Peace Players has had on them, all right? We want to know what Peace Players has done for you, how it makes you feel. We want to start off kicking the virtual games doing that. And then last, we want to see what you're about on the dance floor, all right? We want to see some type of dance move, whether it's a dab, you ticking or something, I don't know, you're doing a bankhead bounce, whatever. We want to see, I'm not going to do what the young people do. I'm too old for that, but want to see a dance move, see you all have fun, and just kind of be in your element and be yourselves, all right? So that's the announcement to the young people. I want to just thank everybody for coming on the call today. This is the first time that we've done it. So if we weren't perfect, we apologize, but I know that I had a blast. Hopefully everybody out there in the world has a little bit more insight about Peace Players, about the friendship games. And we just want to kind of ask the global audience and everybody that's on here today to continue to support us, support our mission. We're really trying to start a peace movement, right? And create young change agents in the world. So if anybody can support with a donation, please just click on the donate screen. It should be flashing across your Facebook Live. Visit our website. You can make a gift on our website. Or if there's any other type of support that you can think of, please just contact the organization. And we're going to all get out of here. So it's two things that always happens at Peace Players. There's an opening circle and there's a closing circle. In the opening circle, we kind of just introduce ourselves and kind of talk about what the day is going to be like. In the closing circle, we kind of get up in there with our fist pump, and we kind of usually say a chant. But before we close, I just want to say, just remember that peace starts with you, all right? So peace starts with me, all right? So I want everybody to think about that as we kind of get off this call. Peace starts with me. So when we kind of go through our 6 weeks, when we go through week one, always think about peace starts with me, and remember that you are a peace player, all right? So, all right, so we're going to get it. We're going to close it out. So everybody's going to put their left fist in, left hand in, and we're going to say Peace Players on 3, and then we're going to go family on 6, all right? So when we go family on 6, we're going to kind of be like exaggerated, all right? So be ready? Everybody ready out there? Y'all ready in the world? All right, ready. So we got Peace Players on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3, Peace Players. 4, 5, 6, family. Thank everybody for joining. Please donate. Please support us. Thank you.